Hi guys, Jen here. Because the where I live currently, the Wi-Fi is not strong enough to do a live video. I now have to do excuse me, videos through my phone and then upload them. Um, but I just wanted to say I didn't forget about you guys. I've just been really busy at my 40-hour a week job. That is completely like a shell shock to me because I never had this kind of responsibility and stuff like that before. So it's definitely a life change thing. And we'll see what the universe gives me of what's gonna go on and what happens. I mean, especially now with holiday season and all started and everything. It's a almost like a culture shock to me a little bit because I'm used to a job where I sat behind a desk and just crunched numbers and everything had to be exactly correct, and if it wasn't, then I was in trouble. So here, things like fly by the seat of your pants. You can't expect everything because dealing with people and the environment, everything changes day to day. So it's just kind of crazy, and it just kind of is unpredictable, and you can't predict it. So a person with a personality that likes to predict everything and have everything neat and tidy and in order, it's just really a big culture shock for me. So it's a learning curve, and I'm sticking with it and I'm doing it, and we'll see what happens in the future. But anyways, I just wanted to stay on here and say that I didn't forget about you guys, and I'm sorry if I haven't been reaching out. I still do the essential oils if you guys are interested. I know I've got a couple phone calls from people interested. I just haven't been able to get back to you yet because, like I said, everything's crazy, and my boss says this is the schedule and something will come up and I'll have to go in this time instead of that time. So it's just hopefully Friday I've got the whole day off, so maybe I'll be able to get back to you guys and your questions on Friday and get with that one. It's just I'm used to a part-time job before where I could do the other job part-time and then do the essential oils part-time. And so with the recent financial situation for me, I had to put my oils on the back burner, unfortunately. Even though I still use them personally, the business part I had to put on the back burner for now. But I still do it. And if you guys need anything, you can call me up. And I have tons that I still need, that I have back stock that can be sold. And that if you guys need them, I'd rather them go to a great home where they can be used instead of sitting here in my box. It's just, I haven't really had time to sit down and just chill for a little bit. And I'm learning to time manage a little more and things like that. It's just, the one associate we're supposed to have with us basically is not there right now, and she's off until the 15th. And who knows after that. So it's kind of been a really hectic. But so I just wanted to come on and say I'm still here, and I wish you all love and light and hopeful blessings. I know that there's been a lot of crazy energy going on, and a lot of people are getting quote unquote triggered. I know I am. Personal relationships, because Venus is in retrograde right now, and it's just starting to come out of retrograde, Venus. So that means relationships are going to be hardcore. There's a lot of things that are coming to light in the relationship area. Some relationships issues are being made known, and the people are working with them in the relationship, and they're transmuting that into a positive. Sometimes it's just showing you that the relationship is not right for you at that moment. Either way, anyway, it's a time to reflect on what you personally would want in a relationship and what you would like your partner to give back to you and what you should give to your partner as an equal share and equal energy exchange. And if that's not happening, then there needs to be something done and addressed, so you can work through that and get to that point. What I also just learned from a good friend of mine who's a psychic is that, unfortunately, after we get out of this retrograde, Mercury, our good old friend Mercury retrograde, is coming up right after. So be prepared for technology issues, people being on edge. It's unfortunate that it falls right on holiday season, right around like Thanksgiving and stuff. So tensions are going to be even more high than they used to be around the holiday season with this Mercury retrograde. Communication's going to be hit and miss. Lots of miscommunication and things like that too. So there's a lot of crazy things going on with the universe and everything else, and actually in life and finances and things like that. But hopefully after this whole thing and into the new year, we'll get the bountiful plenty that we've been working hard on and manifesting. Excuse me. Also, fun thing with me is I now have decided, finally, to be completely gluten-free. Well, as gluten-free as I can be in the lifestyle that I have to have right now, and dairy-free. The dairy-free is good. The gluten-free is a little more tough, especially when I'm at work and I need a snack or something, so I have to try to do meal preps and a lot of vegetable proteins and things, which I'm not used to doing, and I have to have time to do meal prep, which with the unstable schedule I have at work is kind of becoming more of a problem. But I know, Katie, you were talking to me about cool little things and stuff like that too, so if we ever have time, we can get together or just chit-chat or text. We can talk to each other about good tips about that stuff too. But so it's a lot of different things like hitting the fan all at once. Personal family issues too. They're hitting their relationship issues, work issues, life issues, just issues in general. Trying to stay up as upbeat as I can. Health issues, due to the stress, basically. That's one main thing. I mean, I've been doing my oils, taking my inner defense. Great time to do all that stuff to keep yourself above the wellness line and to boost your immune system, especially when you're under a lot of duress. Like changing job, changing relationship, changing, anything else that's like different, and kind of gives you like that cortisol level that goes up. So you kind of want to make sure about that. And if you're not getting better and you're still using the oils, it's because mainly of the stressors that you're under. So what you also have to do is you also have to incorporate life changes. You also have to try to carve out time for you to detox from the stress, so to speak. So meditation, being out in nature, getting away from people who trigger you. I know it's a lot easier said than done. Believe me, I know. I'm in the same boat. I'll get out and I'll have a good period, and then I'll get involved in something else and I'll be dragged right back into that frickin' drama that I never wanted to begin with. Apparently I'm a magnet for it, unfortunately, and I'm trying to stop that and put up some walls and use crystals and things like that. But it's like an incorporation of all of these things. So so I just wanted to come on here and say I am still here. I haven't gone silent. I still do a couple posts and things when I get time. I just wish I had 2 days in a row where I can actually just sit and just zen, so to speak. Actually, after I finish this video, I think, since it's 9 o'clock and the time change, if any of you, side note, if any of you else have been feeling this time change, you're like, holy crap, it feels like it's 11, but it's not. Since it's 9, going back to that, I'm going to go and make myself some nice tea, some nice warm tea to warm my body up. And I've been doing Poland Spring water, so it doesn't have like the stuff from the tap, which is the fluoride, which calcifies your pineal gland, which makes it so you're not in tune to, like, say, your intuition, or if, like, danger's coming, you're kind of bogged down. And if you want to know, there's other stuff to that too, and I have a group called Jen's Metaphysical and Spiritual Center, where I post a lot of articles on that kind of stuff if you're interested. I also, if you're interested in, like, healthy, holistic foods and advice, journaling, yoga, things like that, I have a page that's called Jen's Holistic Health Tips or something like that. I forgot exactly what it's called. But I can have you guys you can go and look through my profile, and I have them all listed, and you guys can go and look for that if you would like advice and stuff like that. I get most of my articles from Deepak Chopra. If you've ever heard of him, he's a good book writer. He does a lot of good things. He's very into his belief system's more like Hinduism and things like that. That kind of Eastern philosophy type stuff, which is really good. I mean, he talks some of the articles about chakras, some of the articles about ancient grains that are better and healthier for you, certain vegetables and fruits that are really good and high in proteins and things and minerals for your body. and all sorts of really cool, informative information. So I figured since I got them in my email, I might as well share them with you guys. Spread the love, spread the information. If you like it, you can read it and you can take it with you. If you don't, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it. It's all good. I just pass it on to whoever needs it, and so on and so forth. So I know there's a lot of you out there, and I just want you to know I haven't been silent. There's just been a lot going on. I've been seeing a lot of time changes, almost like parallel dimension issues, which I'm in another group, and we talk about this kind of spiritual, metaphysical type stuff too. And we're talking about how the earth is changing, and I've got a couple articles about that and about how the Inuits have been noticing the theory of the polar axis is changing, and the fact that the setting sun doesn't set where it used to years ago, and it's actually moved over a couple degrees or something on the horizon line. But like they who've been using like the flow of nature and the fact that the winds made trails, and they use those trails to travel through the Arctic and all that tundra stuff, and all that other stuff that they do. Now, because of the tilt in the axis, the weather has changed, and that explains all the crazy weather we've been having. It's not necessarily global warming, even though that's kind of a thing too, but it's more because the earth has changed. And the other theory is that the sun is actually no longer like a round, it's like moving, and it's becoming more oblong type of a thing, and it's got more strength on it because of the way that it's now arched over the earth. If it's by changing the diameter of it, it's hitting the rays are hitting the earth at a different degree and angle, so it makes it so it's a lot hotter in the daytime and colder at night, which explains our fluctuation in heat and cold. And the fact that with that, then you go into all that other weather stuff, and it really does explain a lot about how we've gotten crazy weather. But anyway, there's a lot of information on that, and this is supposed to be a short video, but there's a lot in the last 5 weeks that I haven't really been on that's been happening. I mean, if you can tell, I've lost some weight. I went to the doctor a couple days ago, and apparently since last time she saw me, which was like the end of August, I have actually lost 8 pounds. So that was interesting too. But I'm wondering if this job that I got into was a little more than I can handle. But we'll see. We'll see what the universe provides me. And maybe there'll be a change up in, the higher ranks, so that, stuff will settle down and I can get shit done, and stuff like that. But you never know. I mean, politics are changing every day. You need change. I mean, we do need change in order to grow and manifest our positivity. I mean, if the water ever stayed stagnant, it's yucky. You want it to constantly be flowing, and I'm an Aquarius, so that helps with me too. I'm always kind of going and flowing and stuff. So like I said, I'll be on as much as I can, but unfortunately the Wi-Fi doesn't work as well here, and my videos always end up choppy and crap. Excuse me. So I'm on this fun little life journey right now, and incorporating all my stuff, and I'm trying to share my story more with you guys about the stresses I have. I'm trying to become more transparent, and with the uses of the oils that I use, the crystals that I use to help out, and the stress relieving practices that I use. And I did notice, personally for me, I was really bloated. And I think the weight loss is also partly because I did start doing a gluten-free. Now, to be honest, I didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with that toughness. I mean, I'm like, hey, that's going to be more work than it's worth. I'll rather just deal with the issues of my stomach, whatever. I'll just find a bathroom, whatever. It'll be fine. But what I didn't know, I did know. I just didn't want to admit it. I was in denial. We all get into denial when we love things and we're addicted to them. I was addicted to wheat. I admit it. First step in recovery is admission. My 10-step program to gluten-freeness. Yeah, I still, when Olive Garden commercials come on, I get really tempted. but I've got to stick with it, you know, and I have to definitely do this gluten-free, and it's actually been helping me. So my health has been, you know, keep going up, but then at the same time, with me being gluten-free and doing that for my health, I'm being bombarded with a bunch of stress. So I have to reduce the stress as well, and then my overall health will rise. But just because I'm doing my gluten-free for my body, that doesn't mean I'm going to have perfect health either. It's a balance. You got to have like this balance between everything, and that's part of what we talk about in ULA. If you don't know about ULA, ULA is a practice about there are 7 areas in life where you got to have them all balanced, and sometimes like you have one that's a little higher than the other, and then you try to balance them all out. And in the perfect state, when you're in quote unquote ULA, which is where you want to be, it's like nirvana, I guess. Basically, all parts of the 7 are equal. Like you're equally balanced throughout the whole thing. So that's another good thing for that too. You can look it up. I've got it goes along with the essential oils too. They have a ULA line for Young Living and things like that too, if you want to learn more about that and stuff. They have a book out. They actually just came out with ULA for women, and then they have new ULA natural teas, which I've been wanting to get, but because of my financial situation, I haven't been able to get it yet, but I will eventually. And the November promos are really, really cool. I like the one oil that they got, which is a Unity Forever oil or whatever. It's one of the new brands, and I'll see if I can muster up enough finances for that one. Hopefully, I'm praying. But we'll see what the universe has in store. Sometimes the universe says you don't need that, even though you want it. You don't really need it because it won't help you. So sometimes we got to listen to that part of our lives. You know, what you might think is the great thing for you doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be actually good for you. It might actually be a hindrance in the end. It might actually put you back a bunch of steps before your growth. So anyway, I just want to come on here and say I love you guys. I'm still on here. If you have any questions, keep emailing me or texting me or leaving me a voice message. I will eventually get to it. I'm just really busy now. It's not that I'm ignoring you guys. I still see it. I still love you guys. It's just I'm trying to carve out that extra time, like right now at the end of a day this morning that was crazy, and I'm just going to say it was not nice because I kind of like, woo. But we'll see. I'm being triggered very, very much at work, and I'm not used to it, and I'm very proud for sticking with it as long as I have right now. So anyway, but anyway, sorry, I digress. You guys don't need to know all this, but I'm still here. I wish you guys all love, light, and blessings. If you're having a hard time, you can message me. We can talk. I'm here for you, even though sometimes I'll just message you a while later. But I am still here for you. You're never alone. We are all beings of love, light, and we are from God and the source or universe, whoever you want to call it or whatever you want to call it. And we are here to perfect, and we are here to have a prosperous life. Not just to survive, but to be prosperous. And this is why we are here. We are trying to learn how to become prosperous without keeping our values and morals and everything else intact as well. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Love, light, and blessings, and have a good night. See ya.